Hey everyone, we've just checked out The Witcher. It's looking absolutely amazing, and we are joined by
Peter Galencher. I'm a senior level designer at CD Projekt Red.
Now, what does a senior level designer do?
Basically oversee how the open world shapes up, gets its content, if it's evenly paced, if it's fun to traverse, if it's a pleasure to play, basically.
Now, when we saw the game before, you mentioned all of these points of interest that you're creating in the game world. Can you tell everyone a bit about those?
Points of interest, we have a great bunch of those. We're paying a great deal of attention to, again, pace them out evenly. So there are no empty places in the game world. It's every little spot is a pleasure to explore, and basically wherever you are in the game world, regardless of the time of day or whatever, you always see some spots in the distance that can distract you from the main quest and lure you in to explore.
So would you say it's meant to be an alternative to following the story? It's dragging people into further adventure?
Yes, a lot, yes.
Good. So now obviously we've got Geralt there. So what's his story? What's going on? What's his reason?
The most important thing about The Witcher 3 is that the previous game's situation has been kind of resolved. The south has invaded the north, removing all the powerful people who wanted to use Geralt. So he's now almost completely free to embark on his personal quest, his personal adventure that lets, most importantly, newcomers to the series fully enjoy the game without having to have played any of the prequels. So all players are welcome.
So what can you tell us about the collector's edition statue as well? I know people are really excited when it was announced during the live stream.
Well, the collector's edition, I've heard there are not many copies left, but alright, so if you manage to land a copy, you can expect a really big, massive statue in it, made of polystone, really high quality. I actually held it in my hands and it looks really, really great. It's not going to be like an empty, hollow plastic dust collector. It's going to be the treasure of your living room, hopefully. We have a map in there, we have the soundtrack there, we have stickers there, we have a wolf head medallion there that the Witchers wear, I mean from the Wolf School, of course. What else? Tons of stuff, really. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It comes in an extra big box and everything, so yeah, it's really a deluxe treatment.
I've just seen the box and it's huge. Yes, exactly. So the game's called The Wild Hunt.
Exactly.
What can you tell us about the hunting mechanic of the game? Because from what we saw, it looks pretty fun and quite fresh.
It's a side activity in the game reflecting on Geralt's original profession, because he's a monster slayer by profession. So this is actually what he does. This is his bread and butter. This is how he earns his money. And how we feature it in the game, it's like we don't have bosses waiting for you at the ends of dungeons. It's an open world game, so these creatures that you can hunt for roam the wilderness, and you can hunt for them, stumble upon their clues, tracks and marks that you can discover using your Witcher senses that you have because you're a mutated monster slayer. So there are many ways to embark on these adventures. You can basically see the monster, stumble upon them in the wilderness, hear some gossip about them in the villages, pick up some, I don't know, beast droppings in the forest, and there must be some really huge beast about. So there's a million ways to do that.
So obviously you've created a humongous game world and it looks stunning. So how are we expected to get along? Do we walk everywhere, or are there other ways of getting around?
There are several ways to travel. Of course, you can walk and run and jump finally in the game, which is because we really didn't want to obstruct Geralt in any digital fake way, no invisible walls. What you see, you can explore. You can ride a horse, of course, which is an excellent adventure. You can sail a boat, and you can, of course, fast travel, like to the already visited locations, unlocking these. You can get around the world pretty efficiently after you've done that.
Okay, so to wrap things up, what should people be most excited for in The Witcher from your point of view?
The massive size of the open world, really. I've been there, I'm building it, and it's good. It's a lot of content, really. You're gonna be we advertise the game with 100+ hours of gameplay. Like whoever finishes the game in 100 hours will get a medal, because it's gonna be a speed run. There's a lot of content.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.